I witnessed my tough boss cry in his office, and what I did next changed our entire workplace dynamic. No one would ever describe Marcus as approachable. As head surgeon at our hospital, he was brilliant but notorious for his cutting remarks and impossibly high standards. I was a first-year resident terrified of him like everyone else. One night, I was working late when I needed a signature on a patient's discharge papers. His office door was slightly ajar, and I heard something I never expected. Muffled sobs. I should have walked away. Instead, I knocked softly and pushed the door open before he could compose himself. Marcus was sitting at his desk, tears streaming down his face, holding a child's drawing. When he saw me, his expression hardened instantly. "What do you want?" he snapped, quickly wiping his eyes. I froze, clutching my clipboard. I need your signature, but it can wait." He gestured impatiently for the papers. As I approached, I noticed the drawing a childish scribble of two stick figures labeled me and Daddy with "I miss you" written in uneven letters. Without thinking, I said, "My dad worked 80-hour weeks too. I used to leave drawings on his desk." Marcus stared at me, his professional mask cracking. "Today's her birthday. My ex-wife moved her across the country last year. I was supposed to video call, but emergency surgery." His voice trailed off. "I am sure she understands. Her dad saves lives," I offered quietly. He laughed bitterly. "Does she?" "I'm not so sure anymore. I don't know what possessed me, but I said, 'Why don't you record a message now? I could help you make a little birthday video to send her for a moment.' I thought he'd throw me out. Instead, he nodded. You spent 20 minutes recording him reading a children's book from the pediatric ward, adding a personal message, and even singing a slightly off-key happy birthday. When we finished, he looked embarrassed but grateful. "This stays between us," he said firmly. As I left the next day, I expected things to return to normal parent, him being demanding, me being terrified. But something had shifted. He wasn't suddenly warm and fuzzy, but he started acknowledging good work alongside mistakes. When he criticized, it was constructive rather than crushing. 3 months later, he implemented a hospital-wide policy allowing surgeons to reschedule non-emergency procedures for important family events, something previously unheard of. I never mentioned that night again, but sometimes I catch him looking at me with something like respect. Just today, he asked me to assist on a complex surgery, saying, "You notice things others miss? Sometimes seeing someone at their most vulnerable doesn't make them weaker in your eyes. It makes them human. And sometimes the toughest people just need one moment of compassion to remember why that matters."